And I was a little worried about coming to an open source conference, and I packed a clip-on ponytail and a big Stallman beard. But then I got there, everybody's like really clean cut, it's in a spa. I thought it was going to be like Wendy's, But it's really pretty amazing. On the other hand, I did coin the term freetard, and I'll explain that more later. And I have done some stories that people thought were like nasty. I did one about Richard Stallman, and that really got people upset. And I'm sorry, I think it's kind of weird. And I wrote that he eats his own hair, right? And then Bruce Parents got very upset, but he does eat his own hair. He licks his hair and puts it in his soup. He's a strange guy. But the larger problem I have with what I call freetards, and you can throw stuff later, but it's just okay, the big thing that Stallman's upset about is that he can't hack his TiVo box, right? Like, I just feel personally, if that's the big thing in your life that moves you to dedicate your life to the fact that you can't hack a freaking TiVo box, you need to get some more things in your life. You need to have bigger things to worry about. It's the same thing with the DRM guys who go to these Apple events with the hazmat suits and the helmets, and they march around. It's like, first of all, you can just buy the CD. You don't have to buy it from iTunes. Just don't buy it. But the other thing is, again, that's the one thing in your life, the burning crusade. I mean, there's a war in Iraq. There's, genocide in Darfur. There's AIDS and poverty everywhere. We have born-again crazy people running our country. But no, the one thing that gets you to take to the streets is DRM on iTunes. Exactly. You need to get something going in your life. You know what I mean? I think that's. So yes, I like to make fun of those people. And here's the other issue I have with Stallman, which is that to interview him, you have to agree to a set of rules. You can't use certain words. You have to say GNU Linux, not Linux, blah, blah, blah. And I keep wanting to scream this to people, dude, if a guy has rules about what words you can use when you talk to him, that's not freedom, right? That's not what freedom's about, right? Anyway, I've been enthusiastically covering open source almost from the beginning, and so is Forbes as a magazine. And what I find really interesting now is what John touched on, is the way both sides of that war or that chasm sort of reaching across the divide and working with each other. And one thing I think is really, really great that's ended in our industry is that in '99, I was covering EMC. I had the good fortune to be a reporter covering EMC. Can you imagine how boring that job is? So I go to this analyst meeting, and Mike Rucker, who's the CEO of EMC, gets up and tells these Wall Street analysts, the analyst meeting, great thing about our business model is our customers can't leave us. We got them locked in. They get on our software, and then they can't leave. And then we just keep shoving those Symmetrics boxes down their throat every year, right? And I'm thinking, I'm writing this, right? I'm thinking, dude, doesn't he realize that customers are going to read this story, right? And then I realized, yeah, he knows he doesn't care, because they really can't leave, right? He's really convinced they can't leave. He doesn't care if they know it, right?